Okay, everyone, so here is the beginning. We're doing the winter solstice and self-care. Incredible. Okay, let's go to the next slide. And of course, this is a wonderful picture which Nancy chose to use and we've been using throughout the past week. Okay. Let me see if okay. Here I am, and as you all know, or many of you know, I'm the Wellness Agenda, the founder. I'm like to say I'm the Keep Calm mentor, and I've been a pioneering expert in this field for over 40 years. Best-selling author, consultant, speaker, healer, and a media producer. And I uplift countless people by providing individual sessions, healing sessions, being on US media, TV, radio, social media, presenting to companies like Estee Lauder and Shiseido and the United Nations. Down here we talk about that, of course, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. We'll see all of that later. And as a certified Reiki master teacher, my psychic energy work moves clients from disease to integral health and from fear to success. I create positive change through my techniques and curated strategies that transform lives. And this is my journey. This is a phoenix, compelled by my passion and a burning desire to learn more about wellness and healing. I left America after getting a dual master degree from Brown University. And really putting aside my hesitation of leaving the familiar, my convictions led me forward to the unknown. And satiated after several journeys, I returned to New York City. So I've synthesized the best of global wisdoms and the newest scientific research. I founded the Wellness Agenda, a platform for self-care in the 21st century using mind, body, spirit tools. I'm a Scorpio, and the final transition for Scorpio is a phoenix. So, and I love this bird. I just love that picture. Your journey. This is your journey now. Humans have evolved in nature, but over the eons, we have spent more and more time indoors. Now, with all the electronics at your disposal, you live in a high-tech, low-touch society. We are meant to be held and in community. Your anxiety and intense stress cause mental confusion and physical illness. As we all know, especially, I think we're all living in America here, societal unrest surrounds you. And around the whole world, all these conditions have been exacerbated by the pandemic of COVID-19 and its ramifications. So here we are at the Great Conjunction. And as many of you may already know, the Great Conjunction is when Jupiter and Saturn come very close to one another. This configuration actually always occurs every 20 years. So it's not like a huge deal that it is today, and we'll get to that, but cannot always be seen. Now, some people were able to see it today, of course, but I know in New Jersey it was very cloudy, even though the sun came out. And when I ran outside on the deck, I could not see it. Sure, it's all over the internet and Google. You can all look at it. The last time they were this closely observable was 800 years ago in 1226. And of course, Jupiter is the large planet and Saturn is the small. Google, even today, if you went on to Google, they did a whole little thing about this, which was adorable. Okay, this is incredible. Some astronomers believe that the Star of Bethlehem was even one. And I have to admit that on a Christmas Eve, my brother and sister and I drove out from Jerusalem to be in Bethlehem for that incredible evening. In 1563, they were easily seen in the morning sky. The last closest alignment was in 1623, but could not even be seen through the telescope, even though it had just been invented. But this is what is incredible. For this to happen, for the great conjunction to happen on the winter solstice is quite unique. Having occurred last in 205 BC. So let's have that just sink in for a moment. The last time this happened was in 205 BC. So this is phenomenally auspicious. That's a long time ago, I would think, yeah? All this shows how fortunate you are. In fact, this is the first time in 615 years that the great conjunction is taking place in the constellation of Aquarius, up in the heavens. And of course, Aquarius reverberates through our culture, the 60s, 70s. Oh my gosh, hold on for a moment. Sorry about that. That's my other phone. And indeed, many of my colleagues could not be on this call because they were doing meditations and holding gatherings themselves. But let's join with them to help uplift the vibrational field of our planet. This opportunity has been foretold, and we are the people we have been waiting for. So be your own heroine, and I see there are a couple of guys on the call, so please be your own hero also, and step out in faith and confidence. So on the global level, and this is very interesting because we see this happening right now, it is a time for harmony, humanitarian efforts, community concerns, ecological action, and social activism. And we're hearing these words used all over the place. Vogue magazine to New York Times to whatever. It's actually wonderful. Bloomberg. A renaissance of foresight, culture, and knowledge occurs. Of course, the United Nations and its goals have been pushing these ideals for decades. But now certainly is this time for serious empowerment. New technologies will help science and combat the plague of COVID-19. The shadow side of Aquarius is dictatorial and replaces the old with the new tyrant. And we can see in America how close we were to that. It seems though we have come through that with Joe Biden's election as president and Kamala Harris as vice president here in America. And hopefully we shall see more benevolence and intelligence functioning for all. So this was a global level of today's energy, past week, and of course coming up in the following week especially. Okay, here's personal harmony. How does this affect us? Personal level, you can keep the vibration high by being true to yourself in all its light and shadow. And this is very interesting. All of us have light and darkness, anger and hope, peace and warring feelings. So I don't want anyone to ignore the darker sides. To really keep your vibration up is to be true to yourself. So be honest with the complete range of your feelings and then move forward into love and compassion for yourself. And we're going to talk more about this in a moment when we get into self-care. Resourceful individuality is called for. It is also an excellent moment to set intentions and accomplish goals, especially professional ones. And I'm going to ask you to do that when we're off of this call, to think about what you really want to bring into your life, both personally and professionally, whatever work you do, volunteering, working for money, whatever it is. This is an excellent moment to set intentions. The combination of Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, of expansion, of happy. Saturn is the planet of kind of a bit of a restriction, laws. But when expansion can be directed through Saturn's energy, then you get to your goal, your focus. So this is especially relevant for us right now. And we want to let go of this past year, pivot and look forward to 2021. You are now being given a new wave of beginnings to ride. And it really became clear to me that COVID, of course, the plague of COVID was very difficult. But this moment of the great conjunction on the winter solstice in Aquarius is such a blessing from the universe. It almost can balance out this incredible darkness that we've all experienced. Everyone on the planet. So now it's the time. I mean, things aren't going to change overnight, but it's certainly the time to pivot and look forward. Self-care. Self-care is anything you do to consciously take care of yourself, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It is a deliberate action you do or you do not do to boost your own well-being. It can range from smelling some calming lavender to walking briskly in the woods to taking time to meditate. Self-care. Again, the World Health Organization and the US Senate have recognized self-care as a foundational pillar of health. Due to the plague of COVID-19, it is harder to be in physical proximity with others, but speaking to a loved friend on Zoom, FaceTime, or the phone, or even gathering with a few others outside with masks and social distancing is a form of self-care now. We are intended to be in human interactions. And besides meditation, which we shall do in a little bit, here are 5 other ways that you can do some self-care. They'll make you feel great because the connection between your mind, body, and spirit has been scientifically proven. It is crucial that you practice self-care. Doing this each day will reduce stress and the negative cortisol hormone. It can also lessen the possibilities of physical and mental diseases. Concurrently, your positive endorphin hormones increase and you feel happier and more energized. Now, I love this lady. If she's not clear about developing boundaries, I don't know what is. I think she's just great. Let go of always saying yes, even if you want to say no. When you are in control, you have less stress. You need to exert your own power, defend your own space, both emotionally and physically. You need to be as fierce as this warrior, creating your own boundaries. And I know, especially as women, we tend to certainly say yes much too often and overextend. You can avoid overwhelm and annoyance by being honest and declaring what you need. Exercise, of course, you've heard this lots of times because it's true. Your body and soul are intimately connected, and to release tension, you need to move. You need to move physically each and every day. And as I said, you need to pivot some of your favorite things, such as swimming or running. If you can go out safely, do these outdoors. And of course, you can walk, do yoga, tai chi, weights, or any other at-home workouts that are available online. And as we know, there are literally thousands of them now. Sleep well, like this little baby. Get enough and consistent sleep. Having enough sleep has a direct impact on your mental and physical health. It can affect, if you don't get enough, it can affect your daytime energy, productivity, emotional balance, and even weight going up. Best thing is to go to sleep and get up at the same time. And soon you'll be sleeping like a baby. Eating mindfully. The third way to build a healthy physical foundation is by eating consciously and to be mindful. Types of food you eat can either keep you happy and healthy or contribute to weight gain and disease. Consume a balanced diet with fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Eat organically. Eat all different colors of food, a rainbow of nutrients, and we can see this. And allow yourself to savor the meal without any distractions. Mindful eating impacts your well-being in a positive way. I really urge you to try and do this at least once a day. No TV, no iPhone, no reading the paper even, but just concentrating on the qualities of the food, the textures, how it feels in your mouth, and schedule self-care time. We've all been going through a horrible past 9 months, but it's really important to take extra time for self-care. Don't push yourself. Be understanding, be non-judgmental, love yourself. I want to keep moving along here. During this time, practice doing activities that promote peace and calm in your own life, and be as gentle with yourself as this young girl is holding the bouquet of flowers. It's best to write these routines in your regular schedule. Literally write it down as an appointment with myself. Just like you'd be saying, I have to go to the dentist, or I need to get my car fixed, an appointment with myself. Specific tools for the winter solstice and the great conjunction. Be your own best friend. And again, as women, we have a very hard time with this. So often we extend our loves to others while we deny ourselves. Give yourself the same compassion, support, and nurturing you would give your best friend or a loved family member. And give yourself praise for whatever you have done well that has led to your happiness. Keep it light, prioritize, focus on one task at a time. In other words, clarify that your activities support your values. Gifting yourself. Stay centered by doing a mindful meditation each day from now until 2021. Allow the spirit of the winter solstice and the great conjunction to resonate through you. Such a powerful sentence. You are a spiritual being having a physical experience. Create a ritual for yourself. And now we're going to do a meditation. As you all know, I love to do them. I teach meditation and mindfulness also, and my guided meditations, visualizations, and mindfulness exercises are based on scientific research to stabilize your learning and experience in your mindset and energy field. So I would like everyone to sit comfortably in your chair. If you want to lie down, that's absolutely fine, especially now. And I'd like you, though, if you're sitting, to have your feet about a hip width apart and your spinal column erect, as if there's a beautiful hook coming down from the heavens and a big weight at the bottom of your tailbone. A gentle stretch. And again, if you're lying down, which is fine, just make sure, though, that your spinal column is as straight as possible. Okay? And the first thing we're going to do is breathe out, pulling the abdominals towards the spinal column. And we're breathing out our distractions, even our excitement to be here. And we're breathing in a golden light of grace. Let's breathe out again our fears and anxieties. And we're breathing in health and rejuvenation, aware that this is stretching back to 2200 BC. This grace of the universe, literally the universe, has your back. Let's do this one more time. We're breathing out disease, tension, pulling those abs towards the spinal column. And then we're breathing in this golden light of confidence, of self-love, self-compassion. I like to call this breakthrough breathing. So as we do the meditation, continue this kind of very intentional breakthrough breathing. And we are going to use the color, a golden color. Even though it's been a very difficult year, it's also a year of grace, super mental year. So we're going to breathe in a golden light that's shining down on all of us. And I'd like you, please, to relax your forehead, relax your eyes, relax your cheeks and your mouth, your jaw. If you want to open and close your mouth to relax that whole area. Now, please relax your neck, your shoulders, allow the shoulders to drop. We're letting everything out of the mind now into the body. We're relaxing the heart space, relaxing the upper back, and allowing the stress from your upper body just to flow out through your upper arms and elbows and lower arms and your hands and out through your fingertips. And now I'd like you to please relax your hips, really make them wide, and allow your tailbone to drop and widen also. And now relax your upper thighs and your knees and your calves, your ankles, and allow the stress from your lower body to flow out through your toes and the soles of your feet. Now, I'd like you to see in your mind's eye, that's in your mind's eye, in your forehead, that's your sixth energy center, a cell, just a circular cell, but instead of a nucleus in that cell, I'd like you to see a fountain of water, of golden water that's cleansing that cell. And then when that whole cell has been washed clean, I want you to see that cell rejuvenating and happy and expansive. And allow your whole cellular consciousness, your whole body to experience this rejuvenation of being cleansed by this fountain in the center of each cell, and then rejuvenated, invigorated. We're now moving literally towards longer days and shorter nights. So now your whole body is aglow. And we're going to shift now to concentrating the mind. Let's go back to our breakthrough breathing. We're breathing out the mental clutter, confusion, and we're breathing in a word that means for you peace or love. Whatever word comes to you intuitively during this meditation that you would like to concentrate, at least until the end of this year, I'd like you to see that word literally in your mind's eye, in your mind. So as we breathe out, again, we breathe out the mental clutter and distraction. And then when you breathe in the golden light, send that around the word that's in your mind. This is your private prayer, your private mantra that has come to you out of your intuition, out of your deeper wisdom, out of your soul, that you need now to push through, let go of the 2020 difficulties and make space now for this whole new possibility and this whole new energy of Aquarius also that is shining down on us now. In fact, if you sort of open, feel the top of your head gently opening, that's the top energy center, and allowing this stream of golden light to wash down your whole body, through your mind, through your head and chest and heart, your wide hips and your grounding down through your legs, and allow this to wash below your feet into the earth as you concentrate on your prayer. And now I'm going to ask you to gently come out of this in a moment, not exactly now, but in a little bit. And when you do, I want you to continue staying focused on your breath and on your prayer. Okay, so when you gently open your eyes, allow whatever you're looking at. It can be this picture of these snow-covered evergreens. I just want you to stay focused. In other words, you want to be able to stay doing an open-eyed meditation. It will look like your eyes are just open, but there's really a lot going on. Your breath and your concentration on your prayer. A few years ago, I was inspired to create an audio called Embracing Earth. And we all know the benefits of ecotherapy, of walking in the woods, having plants in your apartment. And I'm sure many of us have taken advantage of nature during the plague. And the idea of ecotherapy is just a slight elevation in your consciousness to really become aware of the benefits of nature. So I have this. You can go to my website. You can download this very easily. It's a 20-minute meditation with music, and you will revitalize yourself and our planet while intimately feeling your own connection with nature. This is a beautiful quote from Anne Frank. The best remedy for those who are afraid, lonely, or unhappy is to go outside, somewhere where they can be quiet, alone with the heavens, nature, and God. Because only then does one feel that all is as it should be. Now, along with the winter solstice self-care tips, I just want to remind you that I am a master healer. I can do my healing work from a distance since I am a master teacher. Been doing it over FaceTime in the States. And it's just a wonderful technique. I have lots of things that you can also access on my website, tips and tools, and other videos and books that can be of help to you. And here's some testimonials of people I've worked with, Dr. Mehta, Judith Lutz, who was a charge nurse in radiology, oncology, and just an average single mom who works. And she really found this wonderful. So here are some notable places I have worked. And there's a large range: the UN, NBC, the Nakashima Foundation for Peace. The President Mira Nakashima is on this Zoom. Let me see, Bloomingdale's, this wonderful Greenwood Gardens, of which some of the ladies came out from the UN to visit. We did some ecotherapy. Oroville, an absolutely amazing international community in South India. Open Center, the Met, the Lighthouse, and Women's Bureau. So now what I'd like to do, we only have a few moments left. Ideally, I would like to leave you in the state of quietude and stillness, of deep connection of your mind, body, and spirit. But if anybody has a burning question that they want to put in the chat, we can also talk about that. I know we were excited about people bringing candles to light, but once I got into the Great Conjunction, I really realized that there would not be time, and we can have another gathering like this and talk about candles and the colors you might have chosen and how they relate to your different energy centers in your body and what that can mean and help you. Again, I think that we are really in the midst of such an auspicious moment that if anybody has a burning question, I'd rather not dissipate the energy that we've created. Clearly 45 minutes was not enough time, but that's what we had originally sent. You can easily get in touch with me If you want to write it down, my email is miriambelov@gmail.com, or you can get in touch with me through the wellnessagenda.com. That's a different email. I want to thank you all for joining me and allowing me to facilitate this gathering. I am humbled that we've all gathered to uplift ourselves, that you chose to spend this time to be reborn into your best self. As we all know, we finished the holiday of Hanukkah, which was a holiday of lights. We have the holiday of Christmas coming shortly, which could have been heralded by the Great Conjunction, who knows? So we all have this opportunity to be our best selves now. So we're going to end this really in silence, because I don't want a lot of clutter in our minds or in our spirits. When you leave this, which will be momentarily, I'd like you to please write down the word that came to you. The word that, here I am, the word that resonated for you in this moment. Please write that down. Also write down how you feel now. Also write down a goal that you have personally and professionally that you would like to really manifest in the coming weeks, months. Give yourself this chance to truly dig deep, fly high, and have a wonderful holiday season. So again, and I want to thank you again, all of you, for joining me, for creating this community. That's one of the perks of COVID. We've all learned now how to do Zoom, and we could connect from all over the world if we want to. So everyone go peacefully into the night. Be merry and bright, comfort and joy, and peace, peace, individually and globally, all sentient beings, for the planet herself. And thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Miriam.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to leave the meeting. And
Thank
we'll
you,
all come
Miriam.
together again. My pleasure, my honor, my honor.
Thank you,
Miriam.
Oh,
That was
thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
very,
That
very
was
nice. And
beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Oh,
Miriam, it was
Liz, yeah,
soothing,
that's Liz.
very
I don't
soothing.
want to leave the meeting.
Thank
I'm
you.
seeing all
Thank
my
you,
dear
Miriam.
Thank you.
Liz, Olivia wants to say hello to you, or say hello to you.
Oh,
Liz.
so beautiful.
Okay.
Says
My
unmute.
pleasure. My pleasure. If you want to say anything, just get off of mute. But that's okay. Again, you may want to just keep this inside like a beautiful seed that will blossom for
It's really
you.
wonderful.
Again, this is such an auspicious moment.
We did see the star earlier. We saw the star earlier, very tiny. It was lovely. It was
Oh,
lovely.
you did, Luce?
Yes, we did. My daughter saw it. Yeah.
Wow.
She connected.
Huh?
Look
You want to just say thank
Hi,
you,
Bobby.
Miriam?
Go in peace and may the light be with you. May the
Thank you.
force be with you. There we go. No.
Thank you, Miriam.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, again, I'm sure it'll be all over the internet. And tomorrow night, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be more clear.
Oh, really?
So, and Wednesday. So, you know, it will be there, you know.
Okay, we'll look again.
It will be there.
It was nice to see it, though. It was nice.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
My
Miriam.
pleasure.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you. Thank you, Liz, Mira, Adriana.
Peace and joy.